and I thought to myself, let's do a quick video on some Leofoto products. Now, the first product that I've got here is the Leofoto MT-03. The second is that's the M30 tripod with the leg that extends. If I just open that there, the M2 is the one that doesn't have the leg extending. So it has the extension on the legs here. This is the M3. The M2 is this without the extending leg. The M1 is very similar to this. I think it's roughly the same size. So you've got the M1, M2 and M3 that are roughly the same size. The F3 has the extending leg. But the MT4 is this being turbocharged with it's quite a bit, it's a little bit longer, and it has the 3/4 screw there, and it has where this has 2 extenders, the MT-04 has 3 extenders, so it's 1/3 as long as this one, and probably double the sort of load bearing. Anyway, this is the Leofoto MT-03. So let's just switch over to the iPhone, or well, the smartphone holder, and this is the Leofoto PS-2. And I have to tell you that the build quality on Leofoto products is amazing, but I'll come back to that. So let's have a look at these ball heads. So straight away, I suppose the cheapest one, or the most mini version, and I think this might be. I think this is the Leofoto F-19, and I think this is called the mini ball head with cold shoe. So you can unscrew that and turn that into a cold shoe mount. And that's quite a nice option, actually. That's very useful because you can see how you can very quickly turn this into a direction ball head with something on the hot shoe, the cold shoe. Did I call it the hot shoe? The cold shoe mount there. And so this doesn't pan. Now, I also have here the Leofoto, let me just see if I can get that in focus there. I do apologise. There we go. Is that the MBH, what is that? The MBH-19, I do apologise. The camera had decided to focus on all over the place there. We're still in focus here, yeah. So the difference between these two, they are very similar in size. I imagine the ball head might be the same size, although it might not be. No, it could be a little bit different. I'll just put the quarter screw mount visible on this one, because it seems to, give it some extra feeling of size there. And I'll just come out for a moment. Yeah, I'm sat down on the floor here because it's a hot day. And okay, so we've got the MBH. And is that? Gosh, let me just zoom in on that. This is the MBH-19, and this is the F-19. So the main difference with these two ball heads is the MBH-19 has a panoramic adjustment. So when that's mounted on the stand, for example, why don't I show you? So the one main difference really here is, if I just nip that up, is that this has, so when it's on the stand like this, so perhaps I should show you this on the stand as well. When you unscrew this nip ring, you've got you can pan on the tripod. I mean, you can also achieve that as well by having the item screwed here and then spinning the ball head around, but you probably don't want to pan with a ball head, so you do have that functionality there, and then you can nip it up. And I suppose this is a good point to show you the non-pan F-19. So the F-19, actually the F-19 probably suits the tripod the best because it's all black. But so you still can pan. You've just got to loosen the ball head, and but that might not be something that you want to do actually. Yeah, that's possibly not something that's that desirable because you might have something squared up, and you might want to pan it. And so it's where the MBH-19 is going to come in very handy there. But so you've got the P-19, which is really a cold shoe mount and a 1/4 inch mount on top of a single ball head, which is very nice actually. And then you've got the MBH-19, which is the same thing but without the cold shoe bit, but it does have the ability to pan. So that is quite cool. So I'll just take that off again. And also here to show you, so we've got these small ball heads there really, but then we go up to the big head here, and this is the LH-25. So the base is a little bit larger there. That base is around 20 millimeters. It might be 22, something like that. But this jumps up to, I think, possibly looks like 30 actually. And but also the screw there is a 3/4. So we've gone straight, to some heavy duty ball head really. You can see the size difference. And this ball head really does look like, it's been designed to have some weight put on it. So Leofoto obviously have some very nice tripods. In fact, you can put the LH-25 onto the MT-01, 2, 3 and 4. That the 4 has the 3/4 inch anyway. But when you get this, there is a 1/4 to 3/8 adapter ring there. So you fasten that in there or on there, and then you secure that to the MT-03, and that does work actually. This MT-03 will definitely support the LH-25 ball head, but you really have got something now that can pan, and actually the panning is all done by the ball head screw and the one screw, where this mini MBH-19, you can actually have this all squared up and then pan independently. So that's quite interesting. So you've got these two, I mean that functionality is really denoted by having these two fasteners here. And but the LH-25 is just, it will get the job done, and around this size. So you tend to look at the base of these ball heads, and it sort of indicates, what their loading, what their loading capacity is, because you never want them overloaded, but it's nice to know what the loading can be. But I suppose the other thing to say is that when you're using more the mini ball heads like this, you are really looking at small single cameras, a camera without attachments, or an action camera, or a smartphone, or a small portable light system or light. It's that sort of, or a microphone. It's that sort of thing that these minis are used for. This can obviously do that because that is a 1/4 screw there. Now, of course, this is Arca Swiss. So you can either put your Arca Swiss item inside there and attach this to a camera or something and leave it there, or you can attach the camera, or you can, because that's basically an Arca Swiss clamp plate, or you can use that. But you don't, you might have a device like this that will go straight in there. Actually, I might as well show you. So this. I'll come to this phone mount in a moment, but as you can see that this phone mount, when the handles are nipped up there, it's actually Arca Swiss. So you can see the options you've got there. Actually, I'll come back to that in a moment, but I'll just show you that right now. So once again, this LH-25, it is a very nice ball head. It's perhaps at the beginning of their top range of ball heads. The quality and feel of it is magnificent. I mean, I have to say the build quality of Leofoto is amazing. These items, when you hold them like this, it does feel like you are, each item is so well made. This is mechanical Swiss watchmaking in a utility tool. It really is quite something. Now, the reason I've got this is because it comes like this. You affix the smartphone by lifting up the spring load there. It has a cold shoe mount. Then you can pull away this part and use it as a handle. So you could fix your smartphone in there. You've got one cold shoe and you can use it as a handle. Then what you might want to do is place it down, so the handle will go into that position, and then you can open it here and use it as a smartphone holder or a microphone holder. You could put something on there and use it as a microphone. And the other cool thing is there's actually a 1/4 mount there, so I suppose if you really wanted, you could affix it to something like the MT-03, and so it would you might have a phone inside there, and you might want to put a handle on top of it like that, and use it to film something lower that required a handle. You might then want to hold it like this or like this, but you've got those options. But you can, or you might want to hold it like that, and there are just so many options that you could do. I like the fact that we've got these mounting positions all over the place. But going back to this caught my attention because it really is a very nice thing to do vlogging or simple camera work on the go, having your smartphone in horizontal mode. And being Leofoto, I thought the build quality is probably going to be amazing, and it really is. That is a very nice thing indeed. And so I wanted to show this, but I suppose really what we've got here is we've got the MT-03, and we've got a big 3/4 bottom of the range really, ball head here, but and when I say bottom of the range, this is really high-end stuff. So this is fit for purpose in terms of what I think it's been designed for. Of course, it is lightweight. I mean, there is some weight there. It does feel, there has to be, the material does need some tensile strength. I imagine it's a combination between steel and aircraft aluminium alloys. So I imagine that the materials in this are fabulous. So really we've got a tripod and a selection of ball heads. These are perhaps the beginners, the entry range for Leofoto, and they are absolutely fantastic. If you think you are only going to be using a smartphone or microphones or small lamps or a single DSLR or an action camera, this is all you are ever going to need. In fact, you probably don't need the LH-25. These two ball heads are going to be more than ample for carrying that sort of load on top of them. But if you think you're going to have larger rigs on top of your tripod, etc., the LH-25 is going to take you a long way. You're going to be able to put 2 kilograms of equipment on top of this, no problem. I imagine you're going to get 1/2 kilogram on these working, no problem at all. I imagine that you could probably go a bit higher, but I would put this to the 300, 400, 500 gram range. But this is definitely going to take you from 500 gram, half a kilogram, to a couple of grams for sure. And believe it or not, they will all fit on this MT-03 tripod. This does feel so sturdy. I suppose I should show you the legs extended. I mean, it really does transform this tripod, and you can see how that's going to start to cover everything you can think of. Let me put that there, there you go. You could stick anything on that. That's going to hold quite comfortably up to 2 kilograms of equipment, no problem at all. I mean, that is not a bad solution. And then to use it as a mantis pod type of thing, you've got that option. You've got all sorts of options here. I've seen pictures of these things in all kinds of configurations, these spider configurations. Look at that. You can see how that would go. This is really top-notch equipment, I have to say that. You know, it itself is a piece of engineering. I mean, it's a really delightful thing. You can perhaps see the build quality is amazing. I mean, it really is amazing. And I suppose that's my closing note here. Leofoto's build quality is absolutely sensational. It really is. If I imagine, looking at any other product manufacturer, I can't imagine you getting much better in terms of build quality than Leofoto. It really is that good. In fact, if you're a collector of watches or a collector of knives in particular, you could collect Leofoto equipment just for the sake of collecting Leofoto equipment, because it is that spectacular. It really is. Look at that. I can't really tell you on camera how good this build quality is. It's absolutely fantastic. Everything feels over-engineered. It feels like the tolerances are all in the microns, 1,000th of a millimeter sort of range. It does feel so good. Anyway, there you go. That's just a very quick look and feel of some Leofoto photograph and camera video equipment. Anyway, hope everyone's well, and speak again soon.